Okay. Welcome,
Hey,
guys. Welcome today. You're now in Ray's Juke Joint. I'm Alise, but Ray couldn't join me today, so I brought a special guest today. This is Justin from Black. Oh, darn it! Bad,
you could call us
this
Black
is
Guy Radio. It's
this is
okay. We can be
Justin
Black Guy
from
Radio.
Bad Guy Radio.
Yeah,
Good friend of mine. He helped. He decided to help me host the show today. So Justin, how you doing today?
I'm
How you
fucking
doing?
excited.
You
I've been
feeling
waiting all
excited?
day for 40
You,
minutes of sleep at least. 40.
He's been waiting all day for this. Oh, 40 minutes of sleep. So we're going to get right into it because we have a lot to uncover and I don't have all day. So,
Oh,
oh. So, yeah, what do you want to start with? We can start anywhere, Justin.
okay.
You
Well,
pick the
first of
topic
all,
today. The
as
first topic today.
as as HR, human resources for your group chat and the scumbags, we got to address your grade on Jared Goff. You gave him a D plus at least, and he's
Yes.
having a Pro Bowl year.
No, no. Did he make the Pro Bowl? No.
4,200 yards,
Did he make the Pro Bowl?
almost 30
Did
touchdowns.
he make the Pro Bowl?
Come on.
No, he didn't
And they
make the Pro
clogging
Bowl.
it up
That's
with
what I
Geno
thought.
Smiths.
He didn't make the Pro Bowl. So, like I said, what's that mean?
Amon Ra had a good year.
Amon Ra
The Pro Bowl.
always has a good year. This is his second good year in a row. He always got a good year.
Somebody had to feed Jamal Williams.
Okay, and
I mean,
all they got to all that person got to do is hand him the ball and let him cook. Okay, I mean that's literally what he does. He gets the ball and he cooks.
Traded Hawkinson, and you still produce at an elite level.
Yeah. Now they could draft Michael Mayer, I guess, in the draft. So the tight end from Notre Dame. So they have options.
I wanted to ask you because I'm one of the people that believe that Goff is going to be the quarterback in 2023. What do you think Detroit is doing in the draft?
I think right now? Okay. Real talk though, I think Detroit still takes a quarterback, but I don't think that quarterback plays next year. I think they take a year to learn behind Jared Goff, and then in 2024, they'll become the quarterback essentially. So I think they get a guy in there, let him learn behind Goff, no pressures on him or nothing, and learn the game, learn the speed of the game, things like that, and let Goff, run the offense for next year, and then have him groomed for 2024. So,
yeah, we was talking before we started recording about the situation of the Chiefs going from Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes, and that was an instance where the organization had everything on the table. They didn't have to move away from Alex Smith. He was already, compensated. He was productive. They were familiar with him. But they took the chance on Pat. I mean, you don't think Detroit, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they end up with a Bryce Young and they don't just make the move away from Goff? Because you already got the weapons. You have a stable offensive line. Your defense is giving your offense extra possessions. You got everything you want for a rookie quarterback. You don't think you start Bryce clock next year if you get him?
I don't think you start him right away. I think if Goff struggles at all next season and you just feel like you need a spark, if you feel like you need a spark, then put the rookie in. I don't know if I would start the rookie right away because to me, I don't know. Me being a draft nerd, this class to me isn't that great, especially quarterback wise. I mean, you have Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, but even then, they weren't the talent level that you had 2 years ago with Trevor Lawrence.
Well, think about this too. At least let's just say Caleb Williams is in this draft. You would say Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the draft if he was coming out this year.
Now, if it was someone like that, then I'd be like, go for it, cut Goff and cut your ties with Goff and start with Caleb Williams. But it's not that class this year. So for me, a lot of these quarterbacks this year are kind of project guys, and that's not a bad thing per se. I just think, there'll be guys that you can't really play right away, like just me personally.
Yeah. And then let's just look at my boy from Ohio State, CJ Stroud, big, strong guy, hyper athletic, hyper arm talent. But you seen in the game against Georgia where Ryan Day was reluctant to use him as a runner. He just wanted him to stand back in the pocket. That's not the NFL anymore for
Exactly.
project guys. So now you're asking not only to be a quarterback, but we got to figure out how to utilize your athleticism to the best of its ability within our system. So you might have to do a whole makeover of what you do on the field when you go after one of these young guys.
Because now it's like with the NFL, guys are bigger, faster, stronger. So like, you have all kinds of talent up and down the lines, your receivers, things like that. So it's not going to be college where like one team is just that much more superior. All these teams have some sort of crazy talent that you just. I mean, that's why to me, CJ Stroud, I guess his perfect fit would probably be Detroit because, like you said, they have the offensive line, they have the weapons, things like that. He wouldn't really have to run like that. It'd be nice though because you're going to need it at some point. Sometimes the offensive lines have bad days. I've seen it. Yeah. Detroit started 1-6 for a reason. Their offensive line was dealing with injuries, things like that. They just were out of sync. So you're definitely going to need, to be able to use your legs more. And I think they'll learn that as they get into the NFL and start playing these actual snaps. These guys don't play. They're bigger, faster, stronger. So
yeah.
Hey,
sorry,
they'll
guys,
tee off
on
on
screen.
you.
You see my cat just tried to interrupt the show real quick.
Yeah, where's your cat?
He's on my lap right now. His name is Louis. Matter of fact, Louis, the queen wants to see. Don't fucking bite me. This is my cat, Louis. Louis, say hi. You talk about an offensive line that had a bad game. Look at Baltimore versus Pittsburgh the other day. Like Baltimore's offensive line got overwhelmed by Cameron Hayward by himself the whole game. So you're gonna have those weeks where there's gonna be an interior lineman destroying your game plan, the mauling your guards. Like you're gonna have those days. So you're gonna you gotta put a game plan together where your quarterback can escape all of that. He can have an emergency valve for all of that.
And I think that's where, for me, with Goff, is the whole thing is like now, especially now, mobile quarterbacks are just the thing. Like you kind of need them. They're kind of essential now, especially because you can't rely on your offensive line to stay healthy the whole year. So, you're always rotating guys in and out. And that was part of the Bears' problem this year was they had like 8 different offensive line combinations this year, 8 different line startings and things like that. So they can never really get in a flow. And I think that's why when you look at week 7 to about week 13, those 6 games where they were putting up like 30 points a game, those were the games where the offensive line was just the same for that amount of time. Like nobody moved, nobody got hurt, things like that. They had continuity. So they played better as the weeks went on. And then once the injuries started kicking in again, they fell apart. And I think people don't realize you definitely need continuity on your offensive line. If you can't get continuity, you're going to be bad all year. That's the Rams' problem. They're the same thing. Their offensive line is just not good. It's trash right now. So, we'll see what happens. But
yeah, like people don't understand continuity can save your whole franchise. Just look, we're both diehard Bears fans, Alise. This is the first time probably in our lifetime that we don't have a Pro Bowl linebacker on the roster at any point. Like, yeah, Jack Sanborn is a rising star, sure, but he's not there yet. So when you see franchise, like that's like Green Bay going against having a good quarterback. You're getting outside of your formula. And I believe that the NFL is starting to heal itself because if you look at the past 4 years, these teams have been absolutely fucking abysmal, Alise, because they're getting out of their formula. Like, you don't even know Washington Redskins' identity anymore.
Nope.
You don't like, and this is a team with Ron Rivera in-house. Like, I shouldn't be watching your post game and looking at Riverboat Ron, like, what are y'all doing over there? Like, there's no way.
So,
I'm just glad with Ryan Poles, we ain't got that issue. We know the scoop. We know the plan.
Man, Ryan Poles got the biggest offseason in his life this season. So, this offseason. He got the biggest offseason of his life. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the number one pick, 120 plus million in cap space. He's got 8 draft picks. Like he's got his work cut out for him though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all work that he got leverage on. Like he's not in a position to get fleeced.
No.
There's not a GM in the National Football League that'll get fleeced for the number 1 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? It's just impossible in the NFL. There's too much talent and too many ways to help your football team. Now, you can say you draft a player that is on the scale of Jadeveon Clowney to where they're giving you 1 sack a month. Sure. But at least there'll be some talent right there that you would have you would swing on. Like Jalen Carter and Will Anderson are good players. Don't get me wrong. But if I'm the Bears, they aren't good enough to change my franchise in an instant.
I'm the same way, actually, and I get a lot of backlash for it because I say it all the time. I say, to me, I'm like, yeah, they're good players, they're good prospects, but I'm like, we have so many holes to fill on this team that, to me, 1 or 2 players is not going to turn this team around. Like, you need multiple players, you need multiple.
You need both sides of the ball.
Right. You need both sides of the ball. You don't just need defense or offense. I get our defense is slightly worse. It is. But at the same time, you have the number 1 pick now. And they're very fortunate that they don't need a quarterback this year. So they're fortunate in that sense. So to me, Will Anderson and Jalen Carter aren't worth the number 1 pick, in my opinion. So to me, staying put isn't really an option for me. I'm looking to trade down. Even if it's not, as long as it's within the top 10, I'm cool. Like, you know, staying within the top 10, top 5 would be preferable, but you have to see what you get, what kind of offers you get. And, you know, go from there, you know, because you're still going to have edge rushers and defensive tackles that are rated to go pretty high. So there's still options on the board like a Tyree Wilson, a Brian Breesy. There's still guys available, Miles Murphy. So you're going to have guys that are available that if you miss out on a Carter or Anderson, to me, it's no big deal because to me, Carter and Anderson aren't franchise changers. Like everyone thinks they're franchise changers, but I'm like, if you really look at it, you're just getting caught up because it's something we need. Yeah, we need an edge rusher. Yes, we need a 3-tech. But me personally, they're not that kind of player where I'm like, oh my God, I need them.
That's not where I gotta circle him on my
draft where I have
to. No,
right. He's nice player, good, decent player, but I'm telling y'all,
the top 5 players that's gonna be drafted do the same thing: pass rush.
Yep.
To the quarterback.
Yep.
So, how much value is there? How many different ways can you maneuver around that? If I'm Ryan Poles and I'm trying to trade down, I'm trying to get rid of that clutter up at the top.
I mean, if you look at it, to me, and if you watch any resemblance of tape, Tyree Wilson and Will Anderson, to me, are pretty close in terms of prospects, actually. Mm-hmm. And Tyree Wilson's projected top 10, but Will Anderson's like top 2. And to me, I'm like, they're dang near the same level. So to me, trading down isn't going to be a bad thing if you can get one of those 2 guys because they're about the same level. Like Tyree Wilson is a beast. I think people just don't know his name because he played for Texas Tech, but if you watch the tape, man, kid can ball. He them quarterbacks.
Speaking of the Big 12, Bijan Robinson from Texas, the running back.
Oh yes, he's a beast.
Now, if I'm in a position to where David Montgomery, it looked like he out the window. I don't want Khalil Herbert to be my only guy. If Ryan Poles could somehow get that man out the draft and still have some draft capital and use some cap space.
I don't know if they can give Bijan Robinson. He a beast, though. But names to look for running back-wise if Monty were to leave. Me, personally, I'm looking at guys like Deuce Vaughn from Kansas State. I'm looking at Blake Corum from Michigan if he declares. Chase Brown from Illinois. That's those are some solid backs. It's a decent back class this year. We just kind of have to see what happens in free agency. I think I tell people this all the time. You kind of have to see how free agency goes. See what he focuses on in free agency. If he focuses mostly on offense, I would assume defense is the main priority in the draft, or vice versa. If he does defense, then I would assume offense is the main priority in that sense. But yeah, I think for me, I think the most logical thing for the Bears to do is to trade down and see, what you can get. Like, start taking calls now. See what kind of packages you're getting.
Oh, I think they was talking right after the Buffalo game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you start taking calls now. Start seeing the kind of packages you're able to get and things like that. Because you'll be able to get a haul, pretty sure. You'll definitely be able to get a haul for the number one pick. So, I mean, this will be the first time since 2016 that the number one pick could potentially get traded. And so, well, we'll just have to see. They could stay put and just take whoever they feel like is the best player. So, we just have to see. Me, it doesn't make sense to stay at 1 because you don't need to. But if they stayed at 1, I'm not going to be mad about it. So,
yeah, like if this was the NBA or the MLB draft, I'll just keep the first overall pick and I'll just grab the best talent available. In football, it's a little bit different because look at what the Bears did last year. Most of their talent on the defensive side is miles away from the line of scrimmage. You got cornerbacks and you got safeties, and then you got Jack Sanborn. You have no pass rush, right? On the offensive side of the ball, you just traded for Claypool. It's going to be it's running back is going to be whatever it is because that's just how it goes in the NFL. You don't need a quarterback.
No.
And I mean, yeah, you need a wide receiver, but you got a GM who's going to find that depth in the 3rd and 4th round.
Yeah, or depending on who you can trade with, you definitely could go first round. Like, names to watch. Obviously, the biggest one is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Then you got Jordan Addison.
I don't think
Johnston.
I don't know.
I'm not a fan of Johnston like most people are. I think, to me, the best receiver in this class is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yeah, I know his knock is he hasn't played all season, but he's definitely the best receiver in this class. I think that's another reason why this whole Claypool thing happened. This draft class isn't that good in terms of wide receivers. I mean, you have guys like Rashee Rice, who's projected to go second round, but I'm not sure on him either. So I think if you were to go receiver in this draft class, your best and safest bet is Jackson Smith and Jigba. But
yeah,
again, you'd have to trade down and see what you could get for that as well. So,
I mean, thinking about it, like, okay, what does Jackson Smith and Jigba do very well? He understands routes concepts. Mm-hmm. He gets open down the field and he gets other guys open. Like, the Ryan Day's main MO was getting Marvin Harrison Jr. in one-on-one situations.
Yep.
And you do that by cleaning out the underneath corners, all the nickel backs, drag some coverages the other way. Jackson does that.
Yeah.
He does that on every fucking snap, Alise. You don't have to pull this guy off the field. Like, we're hooping and hollering over Garrett Wilson in New York. Smith and Jigba is cut from the same cloth.
Him and Olave. Olave been killing it too. They just said that Wilson and Olave are the first rookie duos from Ohio State to have 1,000 yards in their rookie season. So
yeah, like literally. And I know we're not allowed
to
talk
they
about.
Can get open. Them receivers know how to get open. So I think that's definitely a name to watch. I know that's everyone's dream receiver because he played with Justin, but to me, I like him because he's the best receiver in this class. But we'll just have to see what they do.
I'm not supposed to talk about Green Bay inside the juice joint, but the light skinned legend.
Okay,
Alan
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Look,
we're not talking about that. We're moving on. We're moving on. Anyway, we're moving on. I don't care about that. We don't care about them. We don't talk about them.
Moving on.
We don't.
Moving on.
We don't. We're moving along. Okay, so now, since we're talking about college a little bit, we got to talk about the college football playoffs. That cannot be avoided. Both of our teams took L's.
Yeah.
Okay, we took the L's. Michigan lost to TCU. Not surprised. You had no business deserving to win that game when your quarterback throws 2 pick sixes. You have no running game, none whatsoever to speak of. Your coach doesn't know how to use a freaking timeout and lets the clock just keep running when you have the ball. I mean, Michigan was just all out of sorts.
It sucks. It sucks. It was the whole game was 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 3 steps forward, 2 step back.
Yeah.
2 steps forward, pick 6.
Yep. So, I mean, they shot themselves in the foot. And like I said, you don't deserve to win when you do that. So, to me, I'm bummed that they lost, but at the same time, I'm like, you didn't even deserve to win, So, congrats to TCU. I'm happy for them. Then you had Georgia and Ohio State. That game was closer than I thought it would be,
Ohio State choked.
I wouldn't say they choked. I think Georgia underestimated Ohio State. I think they kind of just took their foot off the gas because they're looking at this like easy dub, yada yada. So this was a trap game for them. They almost lost, and it almost cost them in the end.
What do you give Stetson Bennett on the year? Give him a letter grade, in your opinion.
C+. To me, he's average, and I say that because I'm being honest. He's a good like crunch time quarterback. He's good in the crunch, but to me, it's like he's just average.
He's Gardner Minshew.
He's not someone that I'm like, oh, I need to have him. He's 25, beating up on children. I'm not impressed, man. Lamar Jackson's your age, and he's in the NFL and has been in the NFL for 4 or 5
MVPs.
So yeah, with MVPs. So, I mean, good season. It's not to me, it wasn't as good as his season last year, and I gave him an A- for that season last year. I just don't think it was that good this year. I mean, because they had a lot of close games where they almost let slip by them. So, and Stenson didn't play his best in the first half of the playoff game. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, you got to give him a B. A little bit.
B-, yeah.
A B-, only because when Georgia needed him to be productive down the stretch, he was.
That's what I said. Yeah, he's a good crunch time guy.
All year, Georgia gave up a lot of points.
Yep.
And somebody had to fucking bail them out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did a good job of that. But I mean, honestly, I hope he has a stomachache the rest of the winter going into next season. He made me cry because I'm getting notifications to my phone thinking CJ Stroud was going to lead us back to glory.
Mm-hmm.
And then reality hit. So it's blood on Stetson Bennett's hands.
and Stenson, I think he gets drafted round 7. I think there could be a team that's let's bring him in and let's kind of see what he can do. But so it's gonna be him and Max Duggan, the red-haired legend. I don't know why, but TCU likes red-headed quarterbacks apparently.
It's a part of their religion.
Their red-headed quarterbacks seem to be working for them. So hopefully they got one lined up after Max Duggan.
Yeah, it was crazy this year for me as because I don't really do the college football. I get into it because you guys, Ian, Nick, talk about it on the Juke Joint every weekend. But being an Ohio State fan and personally rooting for Blake Corum, I don't know how to feel about that. I wanted that young man to do everything he was capable of. And I guess I'm confessing it right now because nobody is going to hear this as I'm saying it now. I am sad Blake Corum finished the season the way he did.
Yeah. That's why I'm he could come back. So we'll just have to see what happens. He could come back.
That was a lot to get off my chest. I'm still a Buckeye. Still a O.
No, man. Go blue. Go blue.
No.
Go blue. Stop it now. It's go blue. You know it. Who creamed y'all this season? Who creamed y'all this season?
I don't remember.
Who creamed y'all this season? Who won against Michigan and Ohio State? Who won against Michigan and Ohio State? Yeah, that's why you avoiding the question. We know.
What?
Michigan won against Ohio State.
Yeah. I don't remember that. I probably was I was at work.
You were not at work. You were not at work. You were there. You saw that SmackDown.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. We got destroyed. I got notifications to my phone. I didn't see it.
No, you lying. You took that L.
No.
Massive L's. Massive.
I almost left the group chat. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because King Mac gassed me up. He made me start sending memes to the group chat. Like, he had me pumped up. And then reality hit once again. See, I have a problem with reality hit. Maybe I'm the reason for the delusions of grandeur in my life.
Oh no. You're the start of the delusions of grandeur?
Yeah,
No.
because like Michigan beat us twice.
Yep.
The second time, I should have known better to be like, hold on now, player. It ain't guaranteed no more.
You know they haven't won since left.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean they haven't won since what's his name left, but I'm neither here nor there. I'm not here for that.
Whatever.
Just know that he's killing it in the NFL too, so maybe they needed him a little more than they thought.
They do.
So
they do.
You know. Ryan Day can't get bailed out no more. That's all I know.
I mean, you talk about a guy playing with half a rib cage, no knee.
And he played with no knee against us.
Yeah.
And still torched us. Ugh, worst day of my life.
Yeah. That's why, man, low key, like, I'm a baseball guy, but the Bears reeled me back in. After Jay Cutler left, it was a great space in my life with the Bears.
Yeah. After he left, it got awful.
We drafted Justin Fields. They pulled me back in. I'm like, all right, I can freeze my toes off for y'all again.
You didn't go when Mitch was quarterback? You weren't at any of the games?
No. I can't have Mitch Trubisky on my fantasy team, so he's not worth the price of admission. Even though I have no problem with Mitch. But Justin Fields won me a fantasy championship this year. I am forever in debt to him. He is the ultimate light-skinned legend. He's on a short list of light-skinned legends, Alise, and he's only going to get better.
If he gets better and you start clowning, I'm really not about to be here.
He was a top 10 quarterback this year, and he only won 3 games. Imagine a projection when he wins 5 games.
Oh, my goodness. People are not going to know what to do with themselves.
Yeah. It's like White Sox fans. Like, last year was one of the worst years in franchise history because that's one of the first times I've seen the whole core hit rock bottom. Like, Tim Anderson's out, Luis Roberts out, Eloy's out, Moncada's weak, Grandal's hurt weak, and Andrew Vaughn's by himself. No outfield defense. Your starting rotation is the best part of your team. Your middle relief is spotty. Like, everything that could go wrong with the Sox did go wrong yesterday, and they still finished 81-81. If we just be normal next year, at least, we're going to win 90 games.
90? Ugh, bro.
90. And that's just scratching the surface. Because you got to think, our calling card is our pitching, so that takes runs off the board. Guys played at their absolute worst last year. That don't happen 2 years in a row. It doesn't happen. So we're automatically going to be better like that. Like, the Bears were a little bit bad statistically, throwing the ball. You know, offensive line graded out early was just fucking putrid. That shit is going to get cleaned up. We're going to be
it better get cleaned up.
We're going to be a better passing team next year, Alise, because we're going to get receivers that could be able to go from route to block and then back into a scramble drill after the routes. And they won't be running themselves out of fucking plays.
Yeah.
Gotta clean up your messes and control.
Gotta clean up the defensive line, offensive line. Need a couple linebackers, maybe a kicker.
You said maybe a kicker?
Hey, Santos cost us a game this year. Remember that. He cost us a game this year. Remember that.
Luke Getsy calling a draw on 4th and goal from it was 1st and goal from like the 23rd because we got a holding call. We backed us up and he called the draw. That fucked this game up. That's when I knew the tank was on.
When? What game was that?
I think it was Buffalo.
Buffalo. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. At that point, the tank. No, the tank started when we lost to Detroit by 1 point.
Oh yeah, at home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said
I
that
still
Cairo
don't.
cost.
I went
Cairo
to that
cost
game,
us
and
that game too.
I went to that game, and I still don't know. I still don't remember how Detroit even scored 30 points because Jared
Our
Goff just
defense, our defense stinks, and it has since Roquan got traded.
yeah.
So
But I was sitting at the end zone when Justin Fields truck dude at the goal
when he
line.
trucked Deshaun Elliott, yeah, that
Yeah, he was laid on his back. Like, you want to see a dead body? You know how you sit right before you finna do some sit-ups? That's how he was. He was laid out. People don't understand. Justin is a unit. Like, he's a heavy brick guy. Pause. He's a load to tackle. So
yeah, he's a big dude. So at 6'3", 230 pounds, and you're hard
like
to
that's
bring
how
down.
I don't blame Luke Getzey trying to get him some plays outside the tackle box, get him in a one-on-one situation with like a corner or safety, because that's the matchup you want. I don't want him going one-on-one
Then
and
he
trying to
just
escape a defensive end all the time. I want him running over a nickelback or something.
took less hits that way. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what works. Because dropping him back was just getting him like destroyed every day.
Yeah. The pocket is the danger zone for a quarterback like Justin Fields because you don't have an offensive line to
Exactly.
get any separation between defenders and your lanes to throw the football. Look how many balls that got batted down just because guys was in the line of fire.
Yep.
On the line.
So, they kind of had to run him like that, but hopefully they don't have to do that no more. So, hopefully they have an off season where they don't have to do that no more. I give the offensive line's best game was against Green Bay before the bye. Week 13 was their best game. They gave up no sacks, and Justin Fields had his most efficient game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, funny how that works, but somehow that went hand in hand when the offensive line actually gave him time to throw the ball, and he was able to make.
What's crazy is I hate when people say Justin Fields can't throw the ball because he's a QBR merchant. That's one of his best statistics is his QBR.
Yep.
Like
yes,
he's not gonna hang around a completion percentage like fucking Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's gonna consistently be 62, 65%. And calling design runs keep him from expounding on his fucking attempts. I don't want Justin Fields making 45 to 50 attempts a game. I don't want to put him in the same situation that Sean McDermott got Josh Allen, where you got a turnover. Like Josh Allen is a turnover machine, and he is stuck in the pocket right now in the offense that they're running.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Buffalo this year has coughed up a lot of possessions. I'm not going to say they coughed up games because they're still the cream of the AFC, but they are definitely a flawed offense right there. And Josh Allen got some blood on his hands too. I'm glad Fields ain't turning the ball over like Allen.
Oh, yeah. He only had one extra pick this year, but
and Ill Will from the Three Kings talked about cleaning off his box score. I mean, that's a good fucking point because you already got people plotting on your downfall. They need those extra interceptions to fuel the blasphemy that they say about you.
Yep.
Look at remember when we was in the space with Dan and me and you were actually coming to agreement like Fields' ball handling and his ball security was a little bit spotty early in the year. Like all of those fumbles could have went the other way. The ball just bounced our way. He only one out of like 7 or 8 fumbles was recovered by the defense.
Yep.
And then if you look at fast forward, that was what almost 9 weeks ago. Fast forward to now, and outside of the Detroit game, he's been
taking careful. Yeah.
And this is a guy that is not only being asked to throw the ball, now he's catching pitches from Komet. He's taking draws on 3rd and 7, and he's picking up 23. I mean, there's a lot of turnover worthy situations you could put him in, and he's just not giving the ball away.
Yep, he's improved in pretty much every category. So I can't get mad. I think for me, pretty good successful season. I give him a B minus only because I just feel like you have to look at the whole season. I think people are getting caught up in the 7 weeks that we were like really good and like we were putting up 30 points a game and things like that. But if you go through the whole season, he definitely struggled the first half of the season. Not even the first half, but like the first few weeks of the season. And that to me is where his grade is like that B minus areas because it's like he really did struggle and I was worried about him, but he cleaned it up. So it's all good. It's all good.
And it wasn't like you was just criticizing him. It was just
right.
Like you seen it there. It was like, hey, calm down. Get the stay in control of the possession. Usually when you lose the ball like that, you lose the reins as an offensive coordinator because now I got to taper down the fucking play call. Now I got to reset him under center. But that's another area he improved in too. He took more command of the line of scrimmage pre-play.
Yes, his pre-snap and post-snap reads improved a lot this year.
Mm-hmm. Like Barrelissimo and what was that? The QB school. I was up to like 2-3 in the morning a couple days ago looking at videos of them breaking down like, hey, he's identifying the spy over here. Hey, he's looking at both of the safeties over the top right here. So he's looking for the drag route underneath. Like all of that shit he is processing for the first time in a Bears uniform because he didn't get to do that last year.
Nope.
He didn't get to do that.
No. So, I take this season as a success. I know people aren't impressed with his like passing numbers, but they'll come. I think, you take it one step at a time. Like I said, he improved everything. I mean, like he jumped his touchdown ratio to like 10 extra touchdowns. That's not even counting the rushing touchdowns he had. So,
yeah,
he did good, So I'm proud of him. Ready for season 3 though. Season 3 is about to be wild. Like once he gets chemistry with Claypool and Kmet and Mooney more, I think they'll be fine.
So in typical scumbag fashion, Alise, it'll be rude of me not to give you 3 questions since this is my first
We're not doing 3 questions.
The juke joint.
We're not doing 3 questions.
Okay.
We're not doing it.
Let me lie to you for a second. I am on my hands and knees begging right now, Your Grace, the Queen of Bears Twitter.
What?
Can I get 3 questions, please?
No.
Let me ask you.
No.
Okay. All right. Wow. Maybe next year.
Maybe never. How's that?
I was just gonna say, who would you rather win a championship? Aiden Hutchinson or Justin Fields, if it came down to it?
Both.
No.
Both.
Okay, so if they meet up in an NFC title game, who you rooting for?
Both.
No.
Both.
There's no draws in the
There
NFL
is draws.
playoffs,
Both.
No.
Both.
No. I'm just gonna assume you're like King Mac and you want Detroit to win the Super Bowl.
No, I'd pick both.
No.
I'd be happy either way. That's what I'm saying. I'd be happy either way.
Do you like treat those guys as like your children?
Well, considering all 3 of us are the same age now.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Hold on. Let me show these people. You got Grandma Alise right here taking care of her babies.
No, those are no. We're no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You can look at this picture though.
My God!
That's a good picture. That's a good picture.
Oh,
beautiful.
Man.
That's rookie year, Justin. He got braids now.
So is the Bears your favorite franchise in all of your sports teams?
No.
Who? Okay, give me the list right now. I need your top 5 teams that you root for.
Well, I have more than 5. So.
Just give me the top 5.
I have more than 5.
Yep, give me the top 5.
That's not fair. Because it's going to be uneven.
Top 7?
Top 6.
Okay. Top 5.5.
Top 6. We're doing 6 teams. So, okay. Number 1. No, I can't do that. There's ties. There's ties. I can't do that.
No,
Yeah.
there's
No.
no ties.
Yes, there is. Yeah, there is. There's ties. So I could do a top 5, but there's ties.
Okay.
So like
I'll take it.
1 is like Bears and Lions. 2 would be Bulls and Pistons. 3 would be White Sox and Tigers. 4 4 would be Red Wings and Blackhawks. And then 5 would be Michigan and Illinois.
Wow. Okay, that was a tough pill to swallow when you said White Sox and Tiger. I'm gonna be sick.
You're not gonna be sick. You'll be okay.
Oh my god.
You'll be okay.
So, what sport do you like watching the most?
It depends on the season. Now that football season's over, I'm focused on basketball now.
So let's just say.
Actually,
what about the months of October and November? What do you like watching?
Football, because it's no football season.
Yeah. So you like? I would say you like football more than most.
Depends on the season, like I said.
Okay.
Like right now, the Bears are done. The Lions still have a chance. We'll see what they do. But usually, yeah, it's football, then basketball when it's basketball season. Hockey and basketball kind of lump together because when playoff hockey starts, I'm like all into it. Nerd. And then baseball season is nice. But the White Sox let us down this season. So
no, you're not going to do that.
They did.
No.
They went 500, Justin, and didn't make the playoffs.
It happens. It happened.
They better turn it around. Tony La Russa's gone. I need better.
Well, you're not gonna perform better without Tony La Russa.
I need better. I need better.
It's impossible.
Tony La Russa's gone. I need better.
It's impossible.
I expect better. You need to be a part of the decisions. I expect better. Okay, you have a whole baseball season to get this team back in the playoffs, or you're being fired by HR.
That's cool. I told Mac the other day I wanted him to bet who's gonna have a better year, Benintendi or Moncada. He didn't want to take the bet.
Oh, because he would easily destroy you. It's gonna be Benintendi.
No.
Yes.
Moncada having a better year than Benintendi.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm not kidding you.
You think this is a game?
No, I'm being honest.
Moncada is on a revenge tour.
No, Moncada's trash. He can go too. Pack his bag. Let's go. Trade him.
You might have to pack me up.
I want him traded.
No.
Yes.
Look, let me tell you something. I talked to the man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's motivated. He's doing the WBC first so he can get baseball in his system earlier than normal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to start the year on a tear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be here celebrating it and rubbing it in all the Moncada haters' face. You're one of them.
No, Moncada's trash. Trade him. Pack him up. Trade him. I don't care what you got to do. He must go.
They were saying the same thing about Zach LaVine earlier in the year. Look at where we at now.
Yo, well, Zach LaVine is Zach LaVine. That's different. He's a 2-time All-Star. Yohan Moncada is total trash and needs to get off my freaking team. Okay? Yohan Moncada only has 1 or 2 good games in a row, and then he has stretches, like 30-game stretches of bad games. Okay?
It does not matter.
Yes, it does matter. Yohan Bumcada. How's that?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yohan Bumcada. How's that?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Bumcada.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when Sandborn get trucked next year, I'm just gonna say Bumborn.
No.
Jack Bumborn.
He's not getting trucked. Yeah, he's not getting trucked. And you would probably cry anyway because you love Jack Sanborn.
Just to fit this Moncada narrative.
No, you love Jack Sanborn. You know that would break your heart. Don't even play. Yeah, exactly.
It would break my heart. How does somebody like that go undrafted, Alise?
Beats me. Really beats me because if you watch this college tape, kid had killer instincts and everything. I think it was his athleticism that knocked him. I really don't know.
But guys with his physical profile, they last longer.
I don't know if he had an injury or something. I really don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I'm still appalled by it myself, to be honest. Because like I said, if you watched him in college, like there's just no There's no freaking way he should have went undrafted. It's just my opinion.
No way. No
Like
how.
even his teammate Chanel or something, Joe Chanel, he wasn't that much better than he was, and he got drafted.
Yeah. And
Right,
then
so
a
I
linebacker
really,
from Wisconsin going
yeah.
undrafted and being this productive in the NFL immediately. Some of these executives sleeping on the job.
I mean, like I said, I really don't know how he did not get drafted.
Sleeping
Really don't know.
on the job.
Like,
So I want to ask you this: who do you think is going to break out next year for the Bears? I'm not asking anybody we're going to acquire. I'm talking about guys on the roster right now.
Probably Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker. Because I think once we get a pass rush, they can have better seasons.
Yeah. I think Kyler Gordon is poised to have a good year next year because he's not going to be caught in no man's land as much. Like there's going to be more direction on the field as far as the Bears having centuries on defense to make sure he's lined up and he's not getting washed. Because I don't have a problem with him having to cover 90 yards. It's just around the goal line and stuff where it'd be missed assignments and shit like that.
Exactly. Another one, Chase Claypool. I know people are down on him because of the second round pick we have for him. But if you watch some of the game today, he was actually getting open. Like, he was getting open. So, I think getting a couple more receivers to pair with him and Mooney, I think then he can really, like, take off. Because he was getting open. Like, he was getting open. He was getting balls thrown to him. So, I think he just needs a whole year in this system, a whole offseason training camp, things like that. So,
I love Chase Claypool.
I know you do.
Yeah. Is he number 10 or 11?
He's 10. I
All
think
right,
10.
I haven't watched the game today, but there we go.
Here we go.
I had to dig through the iPad for that.
Here we go. He really getting cute.
When we traded for Chase Claypool, I was so excited because that's the type of guy that keeps you out of the first round looking for wide receiver talent.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't, if you're Ryan Poles, you don't want to get distracted trying to solve secondary problems where primary solutions are right there. So it was a good trade. I mean, I know the production ain't there, but shit, do you really want Chase Claypool to ball out and you end up with the 6th overall pick or the 7th overall pick instead of the 1st?
No.
Because there's been games where 1 or 2 catches away could change the whole dynamic of the season.
We're 1-7 in 1-point games this season, or 1-possession games this season. So imagine if we win 7-1.
Imagine if we had the year that the Jaguars had.
Oh,
that
man.
very well could have happened.
Happy for Trevor. Applauses for Trevor.
And then people are trying to clown Trevor Lawrence yesterday for having an inconsistent game. Like, what are you doing? This is still a project.
Yeah, I'm happy for Trevor that he made the playoffs. I have someone to root for in the playoffs. Him and Justin Herbert. Actually, I have a picture of Justin Herbert, actually, I think.
So I want to talk about the NFL playoffs, Alise. Let's start in the NFC first. Do you see anybody beating Philadelphia?
No.
Not even the
maybe
Niners?
Maybe San Fran. I don't know. I think Jimmy G would have to be back for that. I'm just being honest.
I think Brock Purdy could do it.
Mm-mm.
I think Brock Purdy could do it. As long as he stays clean.
Mm-mm.
That's it. Like, did you in the game against the Raiders? I mean, he threw the interception that he threw was a 50-50 ball that got taken out of George Kittle's hands.
Playoffs are different, though. I think, I don't think people realize that playoffs are different. The physicality is much more noticed in the playoffs. So I think, as a rookie, that's not ideal. I mean, he's done well. I'm happy for him because I'm on Brock Purdy mania. I'm pulling for Brock Purdy. But it came down to where I need a quarterback in the playoffs. Going Jimmy G is just a safer bet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with you. But when you look at what the Niners are lining up, they got McCaffrey. They got a gold standard offensive line. They got Brandon Ayuk. They got George Kittle. Like, they could move Philadelphia's front seven with play calling and physicality. There's nobody in
Oh
the
no, man.
NFL that could do that.
Eagles excuse me. Eagles defense is really good though. I mean, you saw what Hassan Reddick did.
Well, he's a creative player, so I mean, he really don't count.
Hassan Reddick is going to be on Brock Purdy's neck.
That's cool. And what you going to do?
Javon Hargrave is going to be on Brock Purdy's neck.
Man.
Darius Slay is going to be all over Brandon Ayuk.
So what you going to do? What is Philadelphia going to do with McCaffrey? How do you stop McCaffrey?
They can stop the run, man. That's like their best attribute. And Ndamukong Suh is going to be there, ready to clock somebody who's running. He going to be there. Javon Hargrave going to be there.
You making it so basically what you're saying is the 49ers are sweet.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't wait. Okay. Wait. I cannot wait.
I think the Niners are a threat. I just don't think they'll beat them, though. Like I said, when you got Hassan Reddick over there breathing down your neck, waiting for your every move.
Even with Jalen Hurts, 49ers still got a better run game.
I don't know. The Eagles' offensive line is pretty stout, though, too.
They got Kelsey,
you got Lane Johnson, Isaac Samuelo. You got Jason Kelsey. You got did I say you got Jordan Mailata? I mean, doesn't get better than that, man. I forget what the right guard is, but he's a good player too. So
what that's going to do against a Bosa?
Oh, trust me, Bosa couldn't handle our offensive line. And our offensive line stinks.
That was in a
no, bro, no excuses. He got cooked by Larry Borum. Stop it now.
Larry Borum, a good player.
Yeah, he is. Love me some Larry Borum. LB. He was in at right guard today.
Really?
They played him at right guard today. Yep.
That's the prophecy right there.
Yeah.
Yep. You got Borum and Jenkins at guard. You just go out, get you a decent tackle, figure out what the fuck you're gonna do at center, and then
draft the center.
You draft okay, get your center, and then you fix the defense with money and confidence.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do this offseason. We'll see what they do. It should get interesting. I know you're excited, and then you're gonna cry when you realize he signs none of the guys you want. So
let's go. Let's hit the AFC before I start getting in my feelings about what Ryan Poles is doing with money.
Ryan Poles is not gonna sign anybody you want.
Yeah, whatever.
He's not.
So
that means DK Metcalf's off the table. Sorry.
Wow. So I could cross that off my Christmas list?
Yes. Cross off Deron Payne on your Christmas list, too.
Okay. What if he surprised me and put in a trade for Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas is probably getting released, and I don't want that injury-prone dude on my team. So.
It don't matter.
It do matter. It does matter. He can't stay healthy. It does matter. Wow. And he's like 30-plus years old. So
it don't matter. What's wrong with 30? I just turned 30.
Ain't he 30? Like, he like 30, right?
Yeah, or something.
He
got like a 62-year-old body after all the surgeries and stuff. AFC, Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. What do you got?
Did you say Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes?
Yep.
I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes. Although that game was insane last year. I watched that game from start to finish, and that game was just insane. I don't know, man. I think it'll be another good game. Like, when they gave Patrick Mahomes 13 seconds, I'm sitting here like, oh, yeah, there's no way. Buffalo's won this. And then the events that took place in 13 seconds, I was like, oh, my freaking heck.
Yep.
What did I just watch?
Yep.
So, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, but they also changed the playoff rules this year. So now both teams get the ball if the game goes to overtime.
Even doesn't matter if anybody score?
Does not matter.
Wow. So a touchdown can't end the game anymore.
Nope.
I hate the NFL, man.
They changed that rule after the Bills complained last year because they felt like it wasn't fair because they didn't get the ball back.
You're not supposed to get the
Overtime.
ball back if you're
I'm like,
not
they
playing
scored a
defense.
touchdown. That's always been the rule. So
Yeah. I think this the participation trophy league that me and the scumbags are complaining about. There is no way you should be upset at the fact that you don't get a ball in the overtime. You had the ball for 4 quarters to win.
yeah.
So I don't think the Bills got a chance in hell, Alise, if they played the Chiefs. I think with Josh Allen throwing interceptions at the rate he's going, you're giving Patrick Mahomes extra possessions. Like, that's why Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan, they all had to be perfect in the NFL because the quarterback you're going against giving you no margin for error. Like, you can't afford to turn the ball over when you're down 10 points and you're going up against Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't. You cannot do it.
So I think what the Bills got to do is they got to figure out a run game, because the more chances you drop Josh Allen back, the greater chance you got of a freak accident of him throwing into double and triple coverage. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, so that would be a good game. It's hard to say who I'd take. I think Buffalo will play inspired this year with the whole DeMar Hamlin thing. So you just have to see.
I think Nyheim Hines is a Hall of Famer after today.
Nyheim Hines just was, man, turned on the Jets today. 96 yards and 101-yard touchdown returns.
You got to think, and there's a lot of people who lost fantasy championships who had him in their roster last week, and he turns around and give them damn near 50 fantasy points.
Yep.
It's sick.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I feel like we've touched on goddamn everything, even though you didn't let me ask you 3 questions.
Ask the 3 questions. What's the problem?
Okay. Number 1. When are you coming back to the Twitter Spaces?
Baseball season.
No. Well, they're playing baseball right now in Cancun.
I'm talking about MLB baseball season.
They're working out now.
Opening day.
The season started right after the World Series.
Opening day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Question number 2. What would you give Justin Herbert's season? What grade would you give Justin Herbert's season?
What did I give the other day? A-, I think it was.
A-?
Yes, A-.
Oh,
he finally made the playoffs and he has gray hair. I mean, let's look at this. Beautiful. Look at that hair.
As Shine9 said, Greek god.
Yes, that's the hair of a Greek god. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful.
Wow. So before we sign off, I just want to make it known that Alise gave Justin Herbert an A-, but a good quarterback like Jared Goff and D+.
He's not a good quarterback. The man can't move. The man can't move. He's not mobile enough. Man can't move. Right. He's not mobile enough for me. Plus, we didn't talk about the Bulls. Zach LaVine has shown.
That was my third and final question. I was going to ask you, do you see a playoff push with the resurgence of the Chicago Bulls, led by the light-skinned legend, Zach LaVine?
Definitely do. I definitely see it. I think I definitely think they can make the playoffs. Zach LaVine has popped off these past few weeks. He's back to himself. He even said it yesterday. He said, he feels healthy again, after having the rehab and the surgery and everything. His knees just weren't right, but now his knee's good. He's feeling healthy. He had a spring in his step yesterday. They're on a little win streak, and he's been dropping like 30 plus. So that's good. I need him to though, because we paid him all that money. So
he looks like a mixture of Tracy McGrady, Peja Stojakovic, and Justin Timberlake all rolled into one person.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
How Justin Timberlake? I don't understand.
They got the same nose.
No, they don't.
Look it up.
They do not.
Justin Timberlake in sync.
Are you voting for Zach LaVine in the All-Star game? I need to know. Are you voting DeRozan?
No.
No? Why not?
Because that goes against my agenda that Zach LaVine is better than DeMar DeRozan. If I give DeMar DeRozan the same vote I give Zach LaVine, it won't mean anything.
What about Nikola Vucevic?
I'm voting for Vooch.
You're voting for Vooch, but not DeRozan.
Yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
what about Patrick Williams? You see, he's been having a couple good games, huh?
So hopefully that's his trade stock performing right
now. Whoa!
Right.
You think he's getting traded?
I want to trade Patrick Williams, Kobe White, Eloy Jimenez to the Indiana Pacers.
Eloy Jimenez plays baseball.
I'm trading Eloy, Patrick Williams,
plays
and
baseball.
Kobe for Tyrese Halliburton and a second-round pick.
Eloy plays baseball.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Reinsdorf, do what you got to do.
Reinsdorf doesn't even really run the Bulls like that no more. He gave them duties to his son. So,
wow. So, well, he got to make an executive daddy order.
No, he don't. He got to focus on getting. He got to focus on getting the White Sox back in order. How's that?
We'll be straight. We got Moncada.
No, Moncada stinks. Get him off my team.
You know what?
If he's not off the team next year, we're not doing anything. Period.
You've made your guests very uncomfortable, and I will be emailing your folks.
What guest?
Yeah.
What guest?
Yeah.
There's guests in here. What guests we got?
This is my first time on the Juke Joint, and you made me very uncomfortable. Your people were scared about it.
I didn't make you uncomfortable. You chose to get uncomfortable.
You held me hostage. You've been snapping on all my friends on the internet. Now you got me held hostage here.
No, I ain't got you held hostage. You chose to do this, did you not?
Well, you did ask nicely, but that doesn't change anything.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I like Trevor's story more than Yohan Moncada. How's that?
I'll take that.
You'll take that. You'll take that. Yeah. What if the Red Sox signed Trevor Bauer? How would you feel?
I'll be okay with that.
Really?
I would actually be okay with the White Sox or the Red Sox signing Trevor Bauer because you're not picking up the off the field stuff. You're just signing him because he's good at his job. And if fans don't understand the nature of business, that's their problem. As much as you want to wish and hope the world is different and a better place, it's not. It's not. Trust me. I'm one of the people that make this place a shithole.
Is that true now?
The world is exactly what we make it.
Is it now?
Yeah. So hopefully, either one of my Sox sign Trevor Bauer.
What did you get scared about? What's his name? That re-signed with y'all on that 9-year deal. Forget his name.
Devers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the nature of the beast is 11 years, $331, which after he signed for arbitration a week before, I think it'll be $348 in totality.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money, and I was absolutely terrified that they was going to fumble the bag because no Xander Bogaerts, no.
You would have cried. Xander went to San Diego, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's going to thrive in there because he hits line drives, and that's a big, spacious ball.
I know you cried when you saw that Xander news. I know you cried.
Yeah, and even worse, the Red Sox signed one of my favorite players, Justin Turner, from the Dodgers, and they're letting him wear Xander's number 2 this year.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, but there is good news. I've been spreading rumors that the Red Sox are signing Carlos Correa this offseason. So,
you think they get him?
I'm praying. Hopefully,
I heard his medicals have been terrible though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what you want. Because if you're the Red Sox, you don't want to give this guy a 10-year deal. You want to get him a 3 to 5 with opt-outs so he can have some player control, and you just front load it. We got Nick York and we got Marcelo Mayer coming up. And we got other guys too that can play the position of shortstop. We just need somebody to keep it hot. We need somebody who's offensively competent so we can evaluate the rest of the team.
Well, I think I hate the Red Sox because they took Chris Sale from us and we got stuck with Yohan Moncada. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hot take. before we sign off, a hot take in regards to the Red Sox. They will lead the American League in runs.
No, they
and
won't.
hits.
No, they won't. No, they won't. They will be at the bottom of the division and miss the playoffs again.
No,
The Oilers will be on their neck.
the Oilers.
What are they called?
The Orioles.
The Orioles. Damn it. You know what I meant.
Yeah, you waiting on Warren Moon to come strike out all.
Yes. I need Warren Moon.
For Earl Campbell to hit a couple.
Yes, I need Earl Campbell to hit a couple dingers. I need Warren Moon to pitch out of his mind, make the Red Sox sweat. Okay,
Grandma Alise.
Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. He's really out of his mind. Stare at this gorgeous hair.
I have no problem
stare at this king.
At either Justin. That's a
Hi, king.
in the NFL.
Exactly. Because you wish you were them. You wish you were them.
I do. But I got a better throwing arm than Herbert.
No, you don't.
I'm blessed.
No, you don't. No, you do not.
I'm blessed.
You do not have a better arm than Justin Herbert.
Out of all the Justins that you showed today, I probably got the best arm talent.
That's definitely false. Definitely false.
No, I'm serious.
No, you're lying.
I'm serious. You didn't see me at the combine?
You're lying.
The only person that had a better combine than me was Trubisky.
Yeah. No, I know you're really lying.
I'm serious.
No, I know you're really lying. So you had a better combine than Aaron Donald?
No.
And Patrick Mahomes?
I did have a better combine
than
Mahomes.
You did. No,
he was extrememly inaccurate. But off
no,
camera.
You freaking did not. Deshaun Watson too?
No, Deshaun lit it up at the combine.
Okay, then. That's what I'm talking about. Trevor Lawrence, you had a better combine than Trevor Lawrence?
No, I did not.
What about Justin?
I did have a better combine than Justin Fields.
No, you didn't. They didn't even have a combine, doofus. Yeah. It was COVID year.
So you just walked me into.
Yes, I did. I just walked you, and you didn't even know it. Wow. Stupidity.
I thought I was answering questions to the best of my ability.
Stupidity. You didn't even know that. They just had a pro day, and they ran like the 40 at their pro day. Wow. How'd you not know that?
Here you go, bullying me again.
I didn't bully you. I just am shocked you didn't know that.
You brought me in-race juke joint to bully me, hold me hostage.
Yeah. I mean, you agreed to it. You could have said no.
I didn't agree to the Oilers beating my Red Sox.
You could have contractually not obliged to this. So
no.
You chose to be in here.
Because I thought it was going to be fun. Now I'm being tortured.
You're upset, aren't you? You're going to cry.
I'm very upset. I'm actually going to start turning red.
No, you're not.
I can cry on cue.
Yeah, I can cry on cue, too. Not going to do it, though. Here you go. It worked up with melodramatic over here. You kind of look like Justin, though. A little bit.
No, he looks like me. I'm older than him.
That's definitely false. How old are you? 50?
No, I'll be 52 in 10 months in December.
Wow, 52. Hey, you getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, meanwhile, me and Justin are still young. We're still young.
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts.
Still young.
Enjoy it while it lasts, Grandma.
Oh, I know he didn't bring that up. We're going back to waffles here. There we go. Wow. There we go.
So what was your favorite part of the Bears season since it came to a close?
Justin Fields, literally.
Really?
Literally. No, all seriousness, I went to 3 games this year. They were all pretty fun. So, just seeing this young team, I think there's a lot to take from it. I think, even though the records weren't there, it was fun to watch them. I mean, they were still in like pretty much every game. I mean, you found out what talent you have, what talent you don't have, and go from there. I mean, you have your quarterback. You have a couple receivers you want to keep. You have a tight end you can extend. You have potentially the left tackle of the future. So You got some nice pieces. You got a nice secondary. You have Brisker and you have Gordon and Bojack was having a good year before he got hurt. So you've got some pieces that you can do some things with. So I think, seeing all that kind of talent just, work itself out, even though the record wasn't there, it was nice, so.
Yeah, my favorite part of the season was the Jack Sanborn emergence. Like once we
Yeah, that
packed
was beautiful.
Roquan up and Sanborn was in the lineup, I was like, yes.
Jack Sanborn, first undrafted rookie jersey I've ever owned.
Yeah.
I got that sucker in like July, I think.
Yeah, I remember you posted it. It was like, it was here.
It's here. Yeah, it's here. I got that sucker a long time ago. And then when I found out he was starting, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm here for the Jack Sanborn.
Yeah, next year is going to be outstanding as a Bears fan because I think if people get tired and getting shit thrown in their face about, their predictions and all of that, they can sit back and enjoy watching Justin grow, watching the defense materialize into something that we can fall back on. I'm looking into the future with what we're going to do at wide receiver, what we're going to do with the running back position too.
Like I said, we got a big off season ahead. Like we kind of have something to look forward to. I mean, now we can use this off season to see what Poles really does. Now that he has all the money, in the world and all his draft picks now, the future's bright. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna trust Poles on this one. Poles, you got 120 plus million. You got all your draft picks. Don't blow this. Don't blow this. Why? Who's in the private chat? You got places to be, huh?
Well, I don't want to say this on the show, but I did just drink a cup of coffee, and there's a rumble in the jungle.
Yeah, no, I got to get ready for this other game. Sounds like the Rams are doing their job, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being my co-host today. Sorry I couldn't be here, but we still had a good time. We talked a little bit of everything. We still had fun.
Yeah. I can't wait to go back and tell people you'll be back in the spaces.
Not until opening day.
No, I already got the propaganda.
Well, you're lying. They're going to be disappointed when I'm not back. But opening day is when I'll be back in the spaces. But no, we're heading out. Justin has things to do. Apparently, he's going to be sad and moping on the screen for 9 hours. But it is what it is. He'll get over it. He'll get over it. Trust me, Justin. You'll see me opening day. Actually, you saw me today. I'll definitely have you back on when I do some mock drafts. We can go over that. So do some homework.
Yeah.
And I'll show you how to fill out a mock draft.
Really?
That'll be fun. Yeah. So you better learn some prospect names and watch some tape.
Sure. Okay.
So learn that. But thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.